What's going on, people? So, there's this thing here. There you go. Little picture on the side of the box to let you know what we're talking about or whatever, in case the thumbnail and the description and the title and whatever just didn't sink in for you, I guess. So, real quick, I bought a pair of Dunks a while ago. Maybe you saw that video, maybe you didn't. If you didn't, you're not missing anything. Don't worry about it. But I thought that was going to be the last one, because they were super hard to come by or whatever. And it's like, I'm not putting in much effort for these. But nowadays, it seems like they're not so sought after anymore. I don't know. People still seem to like them, perhaps. But, maybe they're just making more, or I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But whatever. Got a pair here to talk about, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. What pair is it, you ask? Oh, glad you asked. This right here is the Nike Dunk Low SP in the Veneer colorway, or Donatello colorway, as I call it, because that makes more sense. Now, if you're wondering what SP stands for, you're going to have to keep wondering, because I don't know, so I can't tell you. But the internet, if you have it, often has a lot of answers to stuff like that, so it's probably out there. And in case anybody's wondering, I have this paper out here reminding me what this cost. 136 Great Britain pounds. Whatever that equates to in US dollars is what I paid for this. Because it came from Foot Patrol, and I've dealt with Foot Patrol a number of times in the past, mostly on Yeezys. Not always a huge fan of it, right? They come through for me a lot of the time, but they have raffles that you can't cancel or whatever, so you got to be sure that you want to put in for it. And then with the conversions and stuff and all that, it can get kind of pricey. So again, it's something to think twice about if you see that they have stuff, which they often do. How badly do you want it, financially speaking, that is. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump on into some things here. We're going to start this thing with the bottom, I suppose. Down there across the bottom, what you're looking at is a nice purple outsole. Kind of dirty for me walking around in these a minute ago, but whatever, don't worry about that. Moving along up here to the midsole, right? So there you just got the standard white. Nothing crazy about it on the look and nothing crazy about it on the comfort, but more on that in a little bit. So we can step past that. I'll slip two other pictures in here real quick so that way you can catch these from a slightly different angle, right? Though I don't think you really need all the pictures sometimes. I mean, you get it, right? There's a couple colors on here, 3 or so to be exact, maybe 4 depending on how you want to look at it. And it's all just kind of where you would expect it to be based on some similar color blocking with other things. But whatever, I'm going to talk about these real quick So, on the upper here, right, you see it. It's a whole bunch of suede and stuff. Basically everywhere. From the front of the shoe all the way to the back of the shoe, a whole bunch of suede. However, on the very back, it does switch up just a little bit, and you got some kind of hard, meshy type of thing. It's like mesh, but put over something. I don't know. There's probably a better way to describe that, but who really cares, right? And that's the same stuff you see on the tongue piece, but I think you, again, probably already saw that from the pictures. So otherwise, looking at this whole thing, it's not really a whole lot going on with it. Looking down on the inside and stuff, it's all more green, just a slightly different shade. So I'm not doing the full breakdown and stuff because, I think everybody has seen these a lot, right? I mean, I've seen them a fair amount, and I don't even really watch a lot of stuff outside of Logan J and ACS, P-Town, right? So either way, let's go ahead and move on into the personal thoughts piece so I can talk about some sizing and be done. Personally, the look of these is actually pretty decent, I'm not a huge fan of it being all suede because, days like today when it's all rainy and stuff, this isn't something you would necessarily want to wear because it's going to kind of mess up the shoe look and all that stuff, right? I'm a firm believer in just wearing your stuff and, letting nature take its course, but at the same time, you got to make some good decisions if you want stuff to last a little bit longer. So either way, the look of it, it's cool, right? I saw this, I was like, oh, look, it's like Donatello or something, Veneer was completely lost on me. I just saw these and it's like, I didn't get those Michelangelo ones, whatever they were called. So maybe this will work out. I'll put it on this raffle over here. And then here we are, many dollars or pounds later, depending on how you want to look at it. And looking at them now, like I just said, I'm on board with the look. It's just the suede piece. I mean, would I have rather it been leather? I don't know, honestly, but that would hold up a little better in some cases. But whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's not going to wear these a whole lot. I have too many shoes to wear anything a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, and maybe more on that another day. So all in all, if you take anything from this, take this. I like the way these shoes look, and that's pretty much enough for me, right? But that's not enough for the video. We also need to talk about the size and the comfort and whatever, because, you know, that's something people care to hear about. Or actually, I think they'd really just like to see them. I don't know if people actually listen or not. Never sure about stuff like that. Sizing wise, right? I bought these in a 9.5, as you can see on the side of the box from the earlier piece of the video, right? And that's because my foot size is a 9.5, so it usually works out. In this case, it did, but it's not for everybody. I'm pretty sure, because when I put these on, it feels like there is just enough room for my foot, like as if this shoe was made for me, and they're like, okay, yeah, you can fit right into this perfectly. It's like when you get like shipping boxes and like they have something perfectly made or whatever. Yeah. So true to size for me is working out fine, and it'll work out fine for some people too. But given how these still aren't quite everywhere all the time, you may want to think twice about it. And I don't know if it's just the material or what, or because it's an SP. I'm only speaking on these ones specifically. Past that though, comfort wise, if you think about mostly any other shoe, it's probably going to be more comfortable than these, honestly. They're not terrible, you know what I'm saying? But again, I'm super used to like the running shoes and all that. So something like this, I would rather just like not really wear it a whole lot. But it looks cool, so I'll give them a pass on that. And the materials feel pretty decent on the foot. So all in all, I can't really complain too much. But it's just one of those things where if you are thinking about something that you want to wear all day long, you might want to think about a couple things before you decide on the Dunk Low SP. But again, I have a very different threshold for what I consider pain or whatever when I'm wearing things. Some people are cool with it. That's your own deal. But either way, yeah, true to size, comfort, all that stuff. I've covered everything that I really feel like needed to be covered. So I guess I can just move on from this point, right? I mean, if you have questions, I guess, like, let me know. But I feel like I answered everything, so I may not get back to you. Unless you ask something that hasn't been covered, of course. And it's not stupid. So there we go. There's that. From me to you. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm going to talk about some Ninja Turtles things real quick, again. And then some shoe stuff. So yeah, got a busy day. Later, people.